And moments ago, the national anthem and the mental preparation for the game ahead. It's game time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this one is Mario Chalmers.
I love his kind of mid to long range jump shot. It's a specialty of his, especially in catch and shoot situations.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He's a very skilled catch-and-shoot type of player. I mean, it adds a dangerous element to his game that he can make that jump shot.
And this game marks the start of a road trip here for the Bobcats. With most of their upcoming games taking place at home, they have a chance here to make a nice little push.
You know, when you check out Charlotte, they've actually taken the NBA by storm since the season kicked off. They put themselves right in the mix with the league's top teams when most people thought they'd be bottom feeders.
And I know it's early, Clark, but the way they've looked, I think they'll be in that mix all the way to the end.
You know, no denying it's been a heck of a run the last few years for the Heat, but you can't help but wonder if the impending 2014 summer of free agency could be the end of it all. The big three came together in a flash of lightning, it seemed, but it could end just as fast if one or all decide to opt out.
Got that one up quick. Jefferson's got the first points up on the board here for the Bobcats. On defense, the Bobcats, they put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against the defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
And Clark, as you were saying, the trio of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh all have options in their contracts to become free agents in 2014 if they choose to. And, Steve, you have to think that at least one or two of them might exercise that right.
Well, you know LeBron will, because he's the most underpaid athlete probably in the history of sports. He's worth 10 times what he makes. But it's going to be interesting to see what Miami does here the next couple of years with their roster.
Out to Wade. Wade, left side. Bosh can't hit.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Walker's shot is off. The Heat have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Wade passes to Chalmers. Back to Wade. Lets it go from 11. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Wade's got his first 2 points.
Now that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Heat have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Chalmers with it, picked up by Kid Gilchrist. And Chalmers kicks to Wade.
Oh, get it! Hang time on that rim, puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
Oh, boy. Whipped cream, cherry on top. It always comes back to dessert.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. He lobs it up.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Rapids.
And their energy level at the defensive end was fantastic in that game, guys. They made finding an open shot very difficult in half-court situations.
And I thought, Steve, they excelled in transition defense as well. And the energy level you talked about was obvious in that part of the game, too.
Rejected by Jefferson. But they'll get another chance. Adier cannot hit.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide-open look.
Jefferson dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what did you find out, Doris?
We talked about the impact players on these two teams, the ones who can take over a game single-handedly. And he told me that Michael Kidd Gilchrist may already be in that category. He said he's a guy we've got to account for. He's just so relentless. If you're not ready to match his intensity level, he'll make you look bad. And Kevin, he said if they can limit his impact on the game, that will certainly help.
And as always, Doris, thank you. He can fly, can he? He'll make you forget he's a point guard sometimes, Clark.
Yeah, when he does decide to attack the basket, Kevin, he can do it with the best of them.
And this is the time to attack with these two teams locked in such a close game.
Steve Clifford has 13 years of experience as an NBA assistant coach with stops in New York, Houston, Orlando, and Los Angeles, and now as the new coach in Charlotte. I think he's the guy that's going to do well there.
And the Bobcats with the new group in. From beyond the arc, and he gets it to go. No problem on the three from Mick Roberts. Mick Roberts has got himself on the board with 3 there. The Heat trail by 3. And Clifford, the 6th head coach in the Bobcats' 10-year history story.
Well, he's a defensive-minded coach. Jeff Van Gundy clone, someone who worked for Van Gundy in Houston, but has always been highly regarded around the league. I think he's going to make a good impact in Charlotte.
Oh, trying for it. Zeller passes to Henderson. Up the line by Charlotte, and Walker kicks to Zeller. Now here's Henderson. Not a lot of room. Walker's shot is off.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
He had a nice open look right there. Henderson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Cole dishes to Oden. Beasley kicks to Wade. Off the left rim and out. Charlotte leading by 6. Walker the pass to Zeller. Here's Henderson. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Bobcats.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Kid Gilchrist, who's checked in for Green. Chris Middleton comes in for Gerald Henderson. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Kemba Walker. And now running up the court, Kid Gilchrist pushing it up. And here we go. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Cole dishes to Wade. Kicks to Beasley. Shot to stop the run, and that one's good.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Here's Antetokounmpo, guarded by Cole, and the shot is good.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
And here comes Wade, coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. And Cole kicks to Wade. 1 second left. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. It's the Bobcats as they end the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-6 run. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action.
On tap this Saturday, December 7th, LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves, live from Minneapolis. Don't miss out.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bobcats.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
On the court right now for the Bobcats, Jefferson is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the point guard position.
It's a scary thought for the league, guys, if Michael Kidd-Gilchrist ever gets a reliable jump shot. I mean, his ability to slash and get to the bucket combined with a consistent jumper would make him one of the toughest guys in the league to guard.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you
Morris, no good. The Heat trail by 9. James, the pass to Bosch. Kidd-Gilchrist against Chalmers. Back to Bosch. Chalmers dishes to Bosch. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. And for Kidd-Gilchrist, the outside shot is a work in progress. Tell you what, though, he is a great slasher.
He's tough. He's got a good handle on the ball, and when he gets in the open floor, finishes well at the rim. Sometimes through contact because of his strength. So, yeah, you're right. The jump shot is the last component.
And here's Wade following the 3 from Morris. Chalmers with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo.
Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board. And his length doesn't hurt either.
Another shot. And there's the lay-in 2 points right there for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's a 12-point Bobcat lead for Miami. They've gone 2 or 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Wade gets to Chalmers. Inside to Bosch. And he drops in the way up off the glass. Bosch has got 4 points this quarter.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys. And it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
You know, Miami went to that smaller lineup last season, and a big change in that was having Chris Bosch move over to the 5 spot. Not his natural position, but I thought he held his own both offensively and defensively playing in the middle.
And the Bobcats with the new group in. Zeller, he's checked in for Jefferson. Josh McRoberts comes in for Chris Middleton. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Walker subbed in for Antetokounmpo. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. Walker was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. He added one more thing as well, which was that he wants them driving the lane and taking the ball strong to the hoop at every opportunity. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now, here is Battier after the miss from Zeller. LeBron drives in. It's back to Battier. Shot clock at 5. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists now in this one. And for Bosch, playing the center, Steve, he's giving up some weight out there.
But he's a very smart defender. He avoids fouls. And, you know, the way the league is these days, Kevin, most teams play smaller. And Bosch can normally find a center that he can guard without too much trouble. But there are a few matchups around the league that are a problem.
Well, they got the speed and the pressure of that Miami defense. You think they're able to compensate for the lack of size inside by using those other things.
Yeah, that's normally the case against, I would say, the vast majority of the league. His shooting has been so good today, he may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Walker the pass to Morris. And the Bobcats another 3.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, Steve.
I'll say the defense has been ineffective trying to run shooters off that 3-point line.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
You know, one of the bright spots last year for Charlotte was the fact that Kemba Walker showed a lot of leadership with that team. I thought he had a marked improvement from his rookie season, and a lot of it had to do just with his confidence.
Well, Clark, and back to Walker. Last season averaging about 18 points and 6 assists. Do you think he's more of a scoring point guard or a passer?
I think he's a guy who has to play off of his ability to score to create opportunities to pass. think he's one of those guys that is most effective when he's attacking and looking to score, because that sets up his ability to pass and really helps his team, I think, get easier shots.
Green kicks to Henderson. Green with the ball. He's picked up by James. Shot's good by Walker.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Now here's Bosch, averaging 16 points a game. And good on the basket. Book it. Battier's got 10.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Good.
Absolutely on fire from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's where he's getting his points.
The Heat trail by 15. This is Chalmers up top, guarded by Walker. Got it. Good job in the low post. 6 points for Chris Bosh.
He is really having a good quarter, a strong quarter, an efficient quarter, doing a lot of positive things out there.
Henderson, no good.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Chalmers off the pick from Bosch. Chalmers with it. He's picked up by Walker. Chalmers' shot is no good.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
Pass to Walker. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Walker's got 10 points in the game.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Dishes it to Chalmers. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Battier with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Battier's got it. Here's Wade. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
From downtown, Henderson, no good. Here's LeBron. From deep three-point range, he got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we finished one half of basketball. Bobcats lead by 13. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I'm here with Eric Spoelstra. And, Coach, tell us what you want to see change in the second half.
Well, the most important thing is taking care of the ball. You know, we have to get shots against this team. They do such a great job of taking care of the ball, possession game. We had, 3 or 4 sloppy ones that gave us some life.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And, folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now get ready for the halftime report. We're happy to be part of your Sunday. A terrific start for the Bobcats. And if you like scoring, you love their first half of basketball. They're putting up points, doing it rapidly, in a variety of ways. It's hard to slow them down. Kemba Walker just having his way against the Heat defense. He's got 10 points and is up to his usual tricks, dropping a lot of dimes all over the court. On the other side, the Heat haven't been terrific. They've started out well this season, but experiencing a letdown in this one. Dwayne Wade leads them in scoring. He's got 12 points, and he's been making some nice contributions on the glass, too. Let's check out what's on tap around the league. The Pacers will square off against the Clippers out in Los Angeles. So we got a nice East meeting West battle happening there. And another game that's coming up, the Pistons playing at the Palace of Auburn Hills as they go up against the 76ers. And here's a look at the other NBA action from around the league. It'll be the Knicks out in New York against the Pelicans. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. And that'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Second half is just around the corner. Thanks so much for stopping by.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen.
Some outstanding numbers in this one for Henderson. He's got 14 points, and those 4 3-pointers he's hit have helped him, too.
Well, they'd be in a much different position in this game if he wasn't burying those long balls.
Bobcats leading by 13.
You know, it was a rough year last season for the Bobcats, but they didn't do so bad against the East. Didn't finish with more wins than losses or anything, but with 18 wins against the rest of the conference, they weren't at the bottom in that category either.
Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Chris Bosh is out there with Shane Battier, and it's James in at the small forward spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And here's Wade after Michael Kidd-Gilchrist getting his free to go. That's good. 14 points for Dwayne Wade. As you said, Clark, the Bobcats with 18 wins against the East last year, not anywhere close to where they need to be. But, Steve, they did have a better winning percentage there compared to other splits.
Well, that's a bright spot, I guess, Kevin. If that's what they're hanging their hat on, though, they're in some trouble. And it's a team that has a lot of work to do to get back to the playoffs. But I guess it is good that they're in the East. That's the weaker conference by far.
Here's Walker after the made shot from Chalmers. Morris, no good.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But,
look out, man!
Shaking.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Timeout called, the Heat. Look at Gerald Henderson. He's been playing really well.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Zeller, he's checked in for Jefferson. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He said to his players, we can do a lot of damage if we get more aggressive about driving the lane and taking it into the teeth of this defense. The other area he brought up was the importance of their defense against the transition game. He needs his team to get back and stay active at all times. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And thank you for that, Doris. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Back to Chalmers. Latrey. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one.
One thing that Wade has improved upon over the last few years is his ability to make better decisions. He used to turn the ball over considerably. And, of course, playing with LeBron an awful lot has meant that he's cut down on his usage rate as well.
4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
For the 3. And the Bobcats another 3.
Wow, he's got such a sweet three-point stroke. The way he can shoot it, forcing opposing bigs out on the perimeter, can really open up the lane.
And for Wade, of course, not turning over as much of late. He also was not asked to create as often as he was before. LeBron joined the Heat, but in doing so, he became a much more efficient player.
Well, I tell you what, I think it's really undervalued how much Dwayne Wade has sacrificed and adapted his game to welcome LeBron. I mean, he's become one of the best in the league at moving without the ball, making timely, sharp, hard cuts to the rim. He's got a great understanding and intelligence of how he plays the game, and as he showed us, he can still go get it when he needs to.
The Heat trail by 17. Wade gets a screen from Beasley. Wade dishes to Beasley. On the wing, James. Beasley, the pass to Wade. That is good. Wade's got 16 points.
Well, he's very strong inside, particularly as a finisher. So even if you give him a hard foul, hard contact, nothing seems to bother him. And this guy, as a result, is a good scorer.
Exactly. That's about the only way to stop him once he's making a run at the hoop.
And Walker kicks to Henderson. Let's go. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Henderson. 12 points now in the game for Walker. Miami's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. That's good.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Charlotte leading by 15. Outside, Kidd-Gilchrist. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Now, here's Chalmers. Henderson defending. And it's Wade penetrating. No luck. Now, Charlotte takes it the other way. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third.
You know, part of being a championship team is having the talent first and foremost, but then managing the minutes of that talent. The Heat, I thought, did a nice job monitoring the minutes of the big three throughout the season and playoffs last year.
Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for the Bobcats. Shoots from the elbow, and the jumper is good. Morris has got 10 points here in the second half.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
As you said, Clark, the big three in their prime, but really, you want them to just get their work in during the season, not exhaust themselves before they make it to the playoffs.
I thought, Kevin, along those lines, I thought by the end of last season, Miami was exhausted. And once you try to win a third title in a row, the emotional fatigue and exhaustion really becomes a factor. So this is going to be interesting to watch all year.
And it's Wade penetrating. He dishes it to Anthony. Beasley kicks to Wade. From the low block. Here's Anthony. Can't hit. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Here's Kid Gilchrist. That three off the mark.
Well, that's not really his game. I mean, he shouldn't be shooting the ball from out there.
And it's Wade penetrating. Good. Wade's got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Morris, he drains the quick shot. And the Bobcats lead by 21.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Here's LeBron. Haywood with the rebound.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Well, it's been all about pace and space with them. Tempo, the fast break points, just a huge advantage.
Yeah, they've been looking to push it all the time and to get that early offense, and they're doing it well. I think they gave him a little too much room there. I mean, that was all he needed to rise up and punch that one down.
Yeah, he's going to jump at those chances, guys.
Yeah, that's what he does. He is a high flyer.
Now here's Henderson. Here's Morris. Misses there. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Bobcats out in front, running away with it. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this.
Coming up Friday, December 7th, Paul George and the Indiana Pacers go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Live from AT&T Center. Make sure to catch it.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
The Heat trail by 21. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Charlotte. Terry in the backcourt. It's Walker and Henderson. Markieff Morris is out there with Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And it's Jefferson in at the center position. LeBron dishes to Chalmers. LeBron with it. Now defended by Henderson. Here's Bosch. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Bosch has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Miami.
Now you got to love the footwork. How about that turnaround?
That's good from Kidd Gilchrist on the assist by Walker.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, if you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense really clicking here.
Henderson kicks to Walker. Inside. Jefferson passing to Morris. Here's Henderson. gets the three-pointer to fall. Henderson's got 19 points.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
LeBron with it. Jefferson picks him up. No problems knocking that one down.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
And the Bobcats call time here.
Well, you know, this last offseason, the Bobcats announced their intention to change the team name to the Hornets, reclaiming the name of the original Charlotte franchise that left for New Orleans in 2002.
And just like New Orleans chose a name, the Pelicans, that has local significance, the Hornets, a historical reference to Charlotte's rebellious fighting spirit during the American Revolution. Stephen, you were just telling me about this. Fascinates you.
It does. I'm an American history buff, Kevin, and I'm also an NBA history buff. And you think back to the Hornets in Charlotte originally, they sold out for 9 straight seasons. So the Hornets nickname absolutely belongs in Charlotte.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Morris. Zeller comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Middleton subbed in for Walker. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He's concerned with what he called their lack of effort on the defensive glass, saying he wanted to see them exerting a lot more energy to prevent second chance opportunities. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Timeout called the Heat.
Well, when the Big Three came together, they had a lot to deal with in the Southeast. I mean, a strong Orlando team and Atlanta, a team that could give them trouble. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Southeast, no real match for the Heat.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Lewis dishes to Oden. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
And that division title for the Heat was their 3rd in a row, 6th overall since 2004 when the division was born. Steve, helps when you go 15-1 against the other 4 teams in the Southeast.
Well, and it also helps that Charlotte and Washington are in the Southeast, Kevin. But look, this is a team that dominated the rest of the league. So when they play in a weak division, you know they're going to completely dominate those teams.
Fires from 14, and it's Jones. Turning the assist from Cole. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Wasted no time on that one. And the Bobcats lead by 21.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Over to the left wing. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Outside Lewis. Offensive rebound Heat. Jones. Jefferson with some nice D. Bobcats leading by 21. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Banked in off the glass.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Cole, the pass to Oden. Cole's shot is good. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. McRoberts misses. Heat have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Jones kicks to Haslett. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Look at the points in the paint, the inside game. It's been very one-sided here for a while now.
Well, the defense just hasn't been physical enough at the rim. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have come from the paint.
I'll tell you what, they are dialed in from three-point land here in the 4th quarter.
You called that one right, causing some serious harm from long range.
On the basket by Jones.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Bobcats leading by 20. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Clark, they're really struggling guarding that three-point line.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, Steve.
And Cole kicks to Lewis. The feed now to Cole. Zeller with the double team. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here is McRoberts. Lewis covering. Here's Zeller. And the shot falls short this time.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bobcats.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Feeds to Middleton. There's the triple. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Here's Cole, covered by Middleton. Outside Lewis.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
They get it again. Zeller, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Well, the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way their home team played here today.
And they shouldn't be pleased. I mean, it's a very well-deserved win, Steve. They came into this building and weren't intimidated at all. They were the aggressors. Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. From mid-court, missed. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Gerald, this team seemed intent on winning and setting the pace of this game from early on. Was that a primary focus to dictate tempo?
I mean, that's a key for us to come out from the beginning. You know, we usually have pretty good first quarters. You know, our problem's been just sustaining it. So, you know, we did that tonight, and, you know, thankfully we won.
Congratulations, Gerald. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And so that'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now let's check out the Jordan Player of the Game.